We are in the 20s now. Today is the 20th of December, 2019. And I'm Tiffany, your host, S. I guess I'm a lady. It is Friday, which, hooray of all hoorays. I survived. That's all I can say. It was the longest day, really, except I wasn't even all that busy, so probably that's what made it feel even longer, was just, all the clock watching. I did get a fair amount of knitting done, so, yay for that. I'm now on the, I've started the decreases up on the back of the vest. I did take a still shot of the front and the back side by side today, so I'll insert that in here somewhere along the way. I got interrupted by a phone call. I'm not sure where I'll be splicing this in, so if things seem a little weird, there's your explanation. Weirder than usual, let's be honest. Anyway, I was talking about my mug. This was a gift from Dana, a coordinator gift from Into the Wool this year, and it's an Enamel Cup and travel mug. She did the design with her silhouette. I think she's got a cameo. I don't know if there are any other options, but whatever it is, it's a silhouette vinyl cutting machine. So it did this really fun design, and I just love it. I don't use it as often as I should, but anyway, it's been such a busy week. I haven't even washed the dishes in like 3 days, so all of my normal mugs that I usually pull out. The only reason I don't use this one more is that the base is a little bit wide for my car's cup holder. Cat warning. So anyway, that's why I tend not to travel with this one. And also, it is... Once I pour my coffee in it, I have to wait a little while to drink it because it is enamel and it'll burn the dickens out of your tongue if you're not careful. Ask me how I know. I'll tell you. Camping trip. I didn't use this, but I used another one, and dummy me took a teapot right off the, or tea kettle right off the excuse me, right off the fire, the heat source, poured it into the cup, and then only gave it maybe 2-3 minutes and tried to drink it. And, of course, you know what happened. I burned snot out of my tongue. So anyway, all that to say, when I use that, I have to get a ice cube and stick that in there and then add my creamer and stuff to cool things down a bit. But I do like it because it's very sweet and it's kind of my fall orange. So it makes me very happy. I will say that this thing keeps my stuff warm for quite a long time. I think I made this, let's say, 2 hours ago, and it is still decently warm. So I do love it. I am wearing the same thing that I wore on Saturday night. It was a festive day today. I didn't wear a pin, though. So I thought it was a good day to wear this. I probably won't pull this shawl back out again for a time. If I have an occasion maybe to go to a wedding or something, or maybe Valentine's Day or whatever, or if I'm just feeling fancy on a Tuesday when I go grocery shopping or some such nonsense as that. Hey, you want to hear something crazy along those lines? I've always wanted to wear my wedding gown to the grocery store. See, I have this innate desire to be an eccentric crazy lady, but type A me won't let that happen. Like, she's in there somewhere. She's struggling to get out, but, the other part of me says, fine, do that. But don't do that around where you live because, you might run into people you know. Not that I really care about what people think, but, I don't want to have to answer a bunch of questions. So, anyway... That was a ridiculous bit of trivia. And I don't remember now where I was going with this, other than, this is what you got today. Okay. And somewhere along the way, you will have seen, I've told you before, I work with children. There was a building-wide sing-along this afternoon. So there's clips, 1 or 2. I took 2. We'll see how many I decide to put in. But, just a little snippet of little excited voices singing their Christmas songs. Speaking of Christmas, I got my Just One More Rose swap. today in the mail. It was a mystery, so we didn't know who was sending to us. And I received a gift from Susie in Texas. I'm not sure if she's on Ravelry. I'm assuming she probably is. I mean, I don't know how else she would have found the swap. But I don't have a Ravelry name, so I'm not sure. But I will share with you what was in my package. So, as I said before, the requirements were a handmade ornament, a recipe, which actually I didn't get a recipe, but I mean, that's okay. All the other fun stuff made up for that. So, a recipe for holiday, something you could serve around the holidays, a dessert, and up to $10 worth of goodies, additional goodies. So, I love what I got, and now I feel a little bit inadequate about what I sent. Although, I mean, it did meet the requirements. It was $10 value, but anyway, I'll just have to say I did my best. So, look at these fun, cute, I'll take a still shot because I know it's probably not going to show very well, but stitch marker, well, progress keepers. Not keepers. I don't like to call them progress keepers. Progress markers is what I usually call them. But they are wooden. I have a feeling that she made these. This is not gonna... Anyway, you'll see in the still shot, but they're really fun. And of course I'm holding them on this spectacular very long needle because what else would I use this needle for? I forgot, I keep it in a cup of pens and pencils in my living room. I probably had a purpose for this at one point. I think I maybe used it to turn corners when I was sewing in here or something. But anyway, there was that. There was some really cute little funny socks of flamingos at Christmas time. There were these Jane Austen, is that right? Yes, Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, sticky notes, sticky tabs for marking various things. What do they call them? Adhesive page flags. There we go. That's a technical term. But they're really, there we go. I got the glare off of it. They're really cute. So there's that. And then my ornament is like the best ornament ever. I mean, y'all saw what I sent. I sent that fabric ornament, which is, you know, very lovely and everything, but I might have got the best one in the swap. It is a Christmas cactus, okay? So get an image of a Christmas cactus in your mind, and then look at mine. Ah! Is it not the funniest thing ever? I love it. So, it's perfect. It's just so funny. So, and then actually, now that I looked at this when I was holding this up, there's cactuses on here, or cacti, I guess if we're being correct, on here as well. So, oh, that made me very happy this afternoon. Here's a funny little story. On my way to work this morning, I decided to take a different route. Kitties. I decided to take a different route, and sorry for the shaking. I have a P.O. box that I have for my Etsy business, just because I didn't feel good about, you know, putting my street address out there for all the world. I'm sure crafters that buy project bags are very lovely and trustworthy people, but, you know, there's still that innate part of me that, not innate, that's the wrong word, but there's still that little part of me that doesn't trust the internet. So anyway, I've got a P.O. box for my return address for my Etsy business, and occasionally I will, the post office isn't exactly on my way anywhere, so it's, I've got to have a purpose to go there, so I ran by there this morning, took a different way to work so that I could go by there just because I knew it had been a while, and usually the junk mail will pile up, and, you know, I try to keep the box cleared for the employees who have to stuff it. And there was a notice in there that I had a package for pickup. So I thought, well, you know, not many people have that, not unless they've ordered from me before, but, you know, who knows? And I don't have informed delivery for that box because that's not my main address, and I'm not even for sure that informed delivery is available to anywhere except a street address, but no matter. So I said, well, okay, fine. The problem is that particular post office closes at 4:30. I get off at 4 o'clock, so, it's only about a 15-minute drive, so, you know, but still, I booked it right out the door. when it was quitting time, and made it to the post office. I get there, and the lady behind the counter can't find the package, and she's looking and looking, and I said, well, I'm not really expecting anything, so, you know, maybe it was a mistake. So anyway, she did a little more searching and couldn't find it, and I said, well, if it happens to turn up, just stick the notice back in my box. I'll try to remember to come by here. So that was kind of weird, but, you know, whatever. So I guess that's oh, and in my package also there was a old-fashioned lemon drops. I didn't want to hold the package up because it was really crinkly, and I do find that a little bit annoying when people make those noises in videos. The plans originally for this evening were to go to the grocery store. My hubby and I've decided to scrap that. I just do not have it in me. I've hit a brick wall. I'm pretty sure I've said this before. I'm not used to going. And the fact that I had 2 evening events after working all day in the same week really was a lot for me. And I know to some people that just sounds ridiculous, but that's just who I am. So I'm just feeling, you know, I'm feeling less pressured than I have been in the last few days. But so, you know, that's good. But I'm also feeling, you know, physically now it's catching up with me. Sitting still today while I was knitting, I was watching a few Vlogmas videos, and I was just like, I think I could probably crawl behind this desk right here and take a nap. And I probably would have if I didn't think that, you know, I would get in trouble. So anyway, I decided tonight I'm just going to have a night in, do a few odds and ends things, whatever strikes me that needs to be done. Washing them dishes probably should be top of that list, and we'll see what else. So with all that, here's my mini, the box with my mini for today, number 20, and let me see what's inside. Oh, this is First Frost, and I am almost 100% sure that First Frost was the first colorway that I ever bought from Dana. She and I, Zena, no. She and I were friends on Plurk way back in the day, and then when things moved from Plurk pretty much to Instagram, I started following her there because, of course, I'd listened to her podcast, her and Brittany, Just One More Row, for, you know, a long time. And even way back when I lived in the woods and only had dial-up internet, it would take probably about 8 hours to download an episode, and I'm not exaggerating in the least. But I would do that because it was worth it to me. And so, anyway, we were friends on Instagram, and at one point she offered up a Christmas or end of the year inventory reduction sale, something like that. And I grabbed up a skein, and it was First Frost. It was on an Aran base, which she no longer carries. I made a pair of mittens. Actually, if I have enough video space, because I'm already looking like I'm a little long here, I'll throw that in. So, of the mittens that I made. So, anyway, here's what it looks like. All that jibber jabber. Now that light is blowing it out just a little bit, but there will be a still shot. But it's a very pretty one, and I'm glad to see it included in this lineup. It brings me back, and I love it. And it's also one of those colorways that, you know, it looks different on this base than it did on the Aran base, just by the nature of how things are plied and milled and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I think I better wrap it up, or I'm going to max out at my 15 minutes. Oh, wait, I forgot. I may need to get creative with this one. Okay, well, you know what? Then I'll save fun facts for tomorrow. I better do that. So, anyway, thank you for coming back in to check in and see how today's day went. And I do appreciate it. I appreciate your interaction. I appreciate your, you know, continued interest in what I have to say. And with that, I'm going to go find a place to hang up my Christmas cactus. So have a good one, y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.